Welcome to English Stories. Bobo travel, learning English is fun. Hello, my name is Sam. I am a student of English. This is my story. I want to tell you about my life in London. I want to tell you about my fantastic teacher. You can read my story. You can learn English with me. Lesson 1. I go to London. It's a beautiful summer day. I am traveling on a train. Two women are on the train with me. The woman sits opposite me. The woman speaks English. I don't understand much. I study English, but I am a beginner. I don't know many words. I start to speak to the woman. I say some words in my basic English. The woman understands what I want to say. I am happy. I say that I want to learn English. The woman tells me that they are from England. They go home from a conference. Our conversation is 10 minutes long. The next station is my station. I say goodbye. The woman gives me their address and phone number. They tell me that I can visit them in England. Then we say goodbye. After this meeting, I work on my English every day. I translate texts and watch films in English. In 6 months, my English is much better. It is good, but I want to know more. I go to London. I want to study English in London. When I am in London, I go to a school. My first lesson is on Monday. I meet my teacher and other students in the class. My teacher is a young lady. She is very nice. We say our names. We say where we are from. Then the lesson starts. Our teacher has a question for us. She wants to know how we study English. Our teacher says that she can teach us a very effective method to learn English. This method is very simple. Our teacher tells us that we don't have to study. We don't have to read textbooks, but we have to use English a lot. It is very good for me. I don't like studying and I don't like textbooks. Then we speak about what is important when we learn a new language. Our teacher tells us we need languages for communication. Languages help us say ideas and understand ideas. So when you learn a new language, the best method is to use the language for communication. And this is what we do in our course. We will speak a lot. Many students try to remember new words. They also study grammar rules. And these students don't use English for speaking. They study about the language, but they don't use the language. Of course, you need to learn new words and new grammar, but you don't have to study them. In this course, I want to show you a very simple and effective method how to learn words and grammar. I like what our teacher says. Our lesson continues. We speak about our hobbies and what we do in our free time. We speak in pairs or with our teacher. We speak all the lesson. I like it. I'm really happy. This system of learning is very good for me. When you want to learn English, use English for communication. Lesson 2. How to learn words. I go to school on Tuesday again. One student asked a question, which is very interesting. She asks, what is the best method to learn new words? Our teacher says, there are many things which you can do if you want to learn new words. For me, reading is the best. If you read, you learn faster than people who don't read. It is good to read for 30 minutes every day. I want to show you what you can do if you want to get the maximum from reading. It is very important that the book or text which you read is interesting for you. The book can be a nice story. The text can have some interesting information for your job or your hobby. Don't read a text which isn't interesting for you. It is good to read a text in which you know a lot of words. Of course, sometimes you can see words which you don't know. When you see a word which you don't know, take a dictionary and look at the word in the dictionary. Then continue reading. You don't have to write the new words on a piece of paper. You don't have to try to remember the words. When you translate the word, continue reading. Concentrate only on understand the text. It is important when you see another new word, translate the word. The method is very simple. You only read and you can translate new words. It is all. Reading is also good because when you read, you learn how every word is connected to other words in the sentence. You see how to connect the words correctly. This method of learning new words is very effective. Try it and you can see how fast you can learn new words. Then we continue with the lesson. We speak about the situation in England. We speak about the best jobs for students. This is good because I want to have a job. I want to do something after my school. I ask another students if they know where I can find a job. They tell me that I can go to a job center. The job center has a lot of jobs for students. This is good for me. I am happy that I know where I can find a job. When my day at school is finished, I go to the job center. I don't know what jobs I can do, so I ask the lady at the job center what the best job for a student is. The lady tells me that they have some good jobs for students. She tells me that I can be a cleaner or a waiter in a cafe. I tell the lady that I have no experience with these jobs. She tells me that my English is good for work at a cafe. The training is not difficult and I can use English when I speak to customers. The lady tells me that I can start my job on Thursday. It is all good for me. I am happy that I have a job where I can use English. When you want to learn new words effectively, read for 30 minutes every day. Lesson 3. How to learn pronunciation. On Wednesday, I go to school again. There is one student in the class who is more quiet than other students. He is from South Korea. When our teacher asks if we have any questions for her, this student from Korea says that he has a big problem with pronunciation. He knows that his pronunciation is not very good, but he doesn't know how to make it better. He doesn't speak much because he doesn't like his pronunciation. He says that he reads and watches films in English a lot. He understands very well, but he also wants to speak well. He asks if there is something what he can do with his pronunciation. When my teacher hears this, she says, "Okay, I can tell you something about pronunciation and how to practice it. I also want to teach you a technique which can help you with pronunciation. First, we have to look at why students have problems with pronunciation. When we speak, we have to move our mouth. We have to use muscles in our mouth. The problem is that when you speak English, sometimes you use your muscles like in your native language. Then Your English pronunciation is like pronunciation in your native language. This happens to many students who learn English. Almost every student has a little different pronunciation than native speakers have. It is not a big problem because usually people understand what you want to say. You are a student, and it is logical that your pronunciation is not perfect when you study English. But you can work on your pronunciation and make it better. There is a great technique that can help you a lot. The name of this technique is shadowing. The technique is very simple. When you do shadowing, you simply copy the sound which you hear. When children learn their first language, they also copy what they hear. They copy after their parents again and again, and after some time, their pronunciation is perfect. You can learn English pronunciation the same way. You can take some video which is not very fast and which you can understand very well. You listen and you copy what you hear when you hear it. It is all. Then our teacher goes to youtube.com and she finds a good video where the shadowing technique is well demonstrated. We watch the video. Then we all try to do shadowing for about 3 minutes. Then our teacher tells us, shadowing is also good when you are preparing for a presentation and you want to have good pronunciation. Before the presentation, you can go to some place where you are alone and you can do shadowing for about 10 minutes. You will see how much it will help you to have a better pronunciation during the presentation. This is very interesting for me. I haven't heard about this technique before. When the lesson finishes, I go to the school reception. I ask the lady if there are any sport activities at school. I would like to do some sport in England. The lady at the reception says, yes, we have a table tennis team and football team. The football team has training today at 5 o'clock. I am very happy because sport is very important in my life. I go to the training of the football team. I meet a lot of players from different countries. The players are from Brazil, Japan, Russia, Spain, Argentina, and Italy. I like the training. I am very happy that my time in England starts well. I have a great teacher. I also have some new friends from my football team. Also, tomorrow, I am starting my job. When you want to have a good pronunciation, repeat after native speakers.